So yeah, Mickey Mouse's glutes are similar to my glutes, and well, when you do the same workout regimen, you can have Mickey Mouse's glutes as well. And Dan.
Ah, yeah! Hey everybody, welcome to Raised by Toons, hosted by just me, Dan Mason. Today we're going to be doing a spooky Halloween special with Good Pumpkin Charlie Brown and Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet the Wolfman and Frankenstein. Aw, man. Everything is going to be A-OK in Halloween Danland. So let's get started. Let's see. My favorite part of Great Pumpkin would have to be...
Look behind you.
Whoa! Whoa!
Look behind you. Turn your head.
Oh, hey, welcome to Raised by Toons, hosted by just me, Dan Mason.
Hi. The name's Frederick Charles Krueger.
Wait.
But most people know me as... The
Freddy
Dream?
Krueger, yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
I mean,
how you doing?
It's yeah, you're very well... Wait, the Freddy Krueger? So... This isn't a dream at all.
Yes.
Oh, I guess technically it is.
You're in a dream.
Oh. So, can I make you go away?
You can try. Go for it.
Okay.
I'm back, you son of a bitch.
You're good.
All right. Now I have to kill you.
Whoa, hey.
It's going to take off.
No, whoa.
Oh, I forgot my claws at home, so I'm going to have to come up with something here. I'll just punch you a couple of times.
No,
right?
wait. Ow.
And I'll do that.
No!
Yeah.
Why does this hurt? It's a dream.
Or is it? It is a dream.
Well, yeah, but...
I'm the dream demon.
Oh, wait, but you can kill people in your sleep.
I kill people in their sleep.
So, is that why you're here?
Yes, I'm here to kill you, Dan.
Oh. Is there... No, I mean, I got so much more to do still. This is my favorite holiday. You're gonna kill me right before Halloween?
Yes, I'm a serial killer.
Jeez.
Dream demon, and I'm here to fuck you up.
Well, is there anything I can do to redeem myself at least?
Well, I do have a soft spot for cartoons.
Frederick, you are in luck.
Why?
Because I happen to be a cartoon connoisseur.
Get out of here.
I mean it. You just interrupted me in the middle of this amazing idea I had. I was going to count down all my favorite Halloween episodes. What?
No, keep going. I'm excited. Here.
What? Great Pumpkin, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Those are great, right?
Oh no. What are you trying to do to me, kid?
What do you mean?
Those suck. I'm talking about the real scary ones.
Look, like what? What's this?
Yeah, there you go. Just
This is a list of the 5 greatest Halloween episodes from Frederick Krueger.
Hey!
You have good penmanship.
Thank you.
Wow.
I was a good student.
Oh, okay, how about this? If I get through your top 5 Halloween episodes, you'll let me live?
Yes. But you better make me laugh. I need a good chuckle.
I guess I can. I'm not really the funny one of the show.
Well, you're in luck.
It's a dream. I can get my own co-host.
Yes.
How about, I get Rob Paulson?
Oh, no, he's all right.
Okay, I could get Jim Cummings.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah.
Talented man.
Okay.
No, he's not available. He's in somebody else's dream.
Oh, okay. Well, who can I have in the Freddy Krueger dream?
Well, let me use my own imagination and conjure up something.
Oh, God. What? No.
Hey, Dan.
No! Dan, may I introduce...
You don't have...
I forget his name. What is it again? I'm sorry.
It's Evil Chad.
Wait, hold up. Evil Chad?
Yeah, Evil Chad.
What do you mean? The Chad I know is Evil Chad. But just because you grow a goatee means you're Evil Chad in this?
Well, I think it all depends on how you look at it. When I kill...
No, he's evil. He's doing... Jesus.
I told you he's evil. He's come from my mind.
What makes you so evil?
Show me your scars on your back.
See these scars?
Yeah.
They're from me whipping other slaves whipping me.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
You can't get more evil than that, I tell you.
Freddy, you're a monster.
Ah!
Well, do your list. Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Fine. It's the only way I know how. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Raised by Toons. I'm Dan Deadman Walking Mason.
And Evil Chad doesn't do nicknames.
Alright, well you're fun. And that's our special haunting horror, Freddy Krueger.
Hello out there.
And
I'll see ya.
I think we'll start off. Maybe we should tell the people what they can enjoy before they hear these 5 episodes, like a nice serial accompaniment.
I guess that would be a good fucking idea.
Okay, let me set you up, Evil Chad. You are just pulled from a dream of blissful, beautiful flying through the clouds, and then all of a sudden, a scarred pedophile pulls you out without his signature claws and forces you to do a top 5 episode with your insanely annoying real-life co-host.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. This is the worst thing that could possibly happen to you. What bowl of cereal would you have before you jab a ice pick into your socket?
Okay, so what you're saying is I'm gonna kill myself in that?
Evil Chad, you have no idea how similar you are to real Chad.
Well,
I'm getting a little pissed myself.
Right? You did this.
I'm sorry.
but I would have to say the cereal I would eat is Blueberry.
You are evil, because that's what I had on my list.
Yeah, I read it right there.
That is evil.
Well done. Now this is turning into a good podcast.
I
mean, you could do Frank and whatever.
It means nothing now.
So Blueberry cereal, folks. That's the only choice you can have on Halloween.
Let's get this started, huh? What do you say, Evil Chad?
Yeah.
So, number 5 on the top Halloween episodes, Bob's Burgers Full Bars. October 7th, 2012 marked the premiere of this beautiful Halloween episode where on Halloween the kids run into bullies when they go trick-or-treating in a rich neighborhood, and Bob and Linda attend a party where someone kills Teddy's pet guinea pig.
It's very funny, very awesome episode because it reminds all of us as kids when we went around trick-or-treating trying to get those big king-size candy bars. And let me tell you, I got my candy bars, no matter how I had to get them.
It's weird as an adult thinking like how much work you would go through just for candy when you can. It's easy to find candy.
It's free though. This is free candy though.
And also, it's so much different nowadays. Like you can't do you have to go to a mall to get most things, and everything has to be like checked over tenfold. But that's why this Bob's Burgers was so special for Halloween, because it reminded us of the youthful energy and what went into the costumes, and how kids wanted to be original with their costumes, and how the end game was about the candy. It wasn't about the dangers presented. Which, do you remember the dangers that happened?
Yes, when the kids were on King's Head Island, searching for the candy, they at a certain time, other kids that were there said they had to go home because at a certain hour, it's Hell's Hour, I believe it's called, and that's when the older kids come around and chase the younger kids down and throw balloons full of piss. Or Dan?
What was the other one? I was gonna say piss balloons. Yeah.
Oh, well, they also there was one more thing. I think
Semen.
Yeah. That's not true, Freddy. Why'd you?
I just wanted to chime in. Sorry.
But yeah, it was really cool, and the side story was really funny as well, because Teddy throws a black and orange party. Teddy, for those of you that don't know, Bob's Burgers is a show about a family who owns a burger restaurant. The kids are 3 eccentric children, and the 2 parents, Bob and Linda. Well, Bob and Linda go to their friend Teddy's party, and They're all having a good time. Bob doesn't want to dress up because he feels like that's not something for adults. However, it all goes to hell when Teddy's pet guinea pig gets stepped on, and Teddy wants to find the culprit.
And he pretty much doesn't let anyone leave the party. It's more of a... He starts throwing accusations out. He's like, I want to see everybody's shoe. And he's measuring it on the dead guinea pig's body. And just making
these all look the same.
Yeah. And so...
no forensics needed.
Bob, though, he comes to the realization that his costume, which is a fat suit of some kind, and he sat on the guinea pig.
So what makes this in our top 5?
Well, I think it's just part of it is, even though it's recent and we're adults when we see it, it's very nostalgic of hunting down candy bars. And I mean, I've never went to the extreme of going to a specific island town, but hey, I would want to do that now. And then also, now that we're older, we do go to other people's houses at Halloween parties, and bad things do happen.
Yeah,
so
it's a mischief night indeed.
Well, it is. Can I chime in here for a second?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I have no choice. Go on, Fred.
Well, it reminds me when before I was killed, I was a child killer, and Halloween was just a great night for me. It's pick of the litter, basically.
Well, Freddie,
I'd go around and pick the cutest little kid I could find.
Okay, that's
all right.
We don't have to go into detail.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, it just reminded me of the good old days.
Of child murdering.
I'm Freddy freaking Cougar here, baby.
You keep saying Freddy Cougar.
Cougar! That's because I'm old now, and
he likes to hunt younger...
What's for those about Bob's Burgers before we dip into our next one? Bob's Burgers, you can watch it on Netflix and Full Bars, Hulu as well.
Although only recent episodes on Hulu.
Yeah.
Because they like to gyppy on that.
Bob's Burgers was done by the same people that made home movies. It's a very intelligent written script, and the animation's really well done. So...
But we'll save that for when we cover Bob's Burgers.
Yep. This is about Halloween, baby.
Halloween.
And coming in at number 4, Rugrats Candy Bar Creep Show.
What he
/ Monster in the Garage.
Oh, shit.
And I'll tell you, Toonsters, why. Because those were mashed together, because Rugrats had those 2 15-minute episodes. And those two were joined together back in January 5th, 1992.
Their first Halloween episode.
First Halloween episode, back when Rugrats was so funny with the adults interacting, and it was really, like, the humor came from the adults, the whimsy came from the kids, and Angelica was just a stone cold bitch.
True.
What was your favorite? So, describe what happens. Actually...
Pretty much, well, in the Candy Bar Creepy, what was it again?
Candy Bar Creep Show.
Candy Bar Creep Show, sorry. Did you know that was sort of a play off of Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I didn't.
Oh, well, there you go.
No.
That's some information for you. But back to that episode. Pretty much, Angelica shows up, and she's still wearing diapers in this season. It's the first season, and she still has diapers on. And she comes up to the kids bragging about her Reptar bar. Now, Dan, you said you were gonna, since I'm Evil Chad, I gotta throw you under the bus. Do you remember the song for the Reptar bar?
No.
Okay.
I remember Reptar cereal. Does that count at all? They're loud, they're mean.
Alright, no, it doesn't.
They turn milk green.
Oh. I said stop it.
Okay.
Evil Chad, motherfucker.
Other Chad would have at least done it and quietly hated me.
Well, but back to the episode at hand. So the Reptar bar, it's chocolate, it's got some nuts in it, it's got some green stuff, we don't know what it is, but it does turn your tongue green, and that's what caught the attention of the Rugrats in their little pen area. And so it goes on to, you only could get a Reptar bar if you go into the haunted house that Stu and Grandpa are making in their garage.
It's one of the best episodes as far as, in a sense that when I think back on my childhood, this episode is my Halloween episode. Just remembering Angelica biting into that Reptar bar and showing her tongue and having it be green, that's what I remember for Halloween. And the adults the ideas the adults came up with for the haunted house, like grapes with the eyeballs, spaghetti being the hair, or the worms, and then when the babies go into the garage to try to get a Reptar bar, they end up scaring the life out of Angelica and even Grandpa when he stumbles in, because they mistake them for ghosts and zombies.
Well, I mean, they when they walk in there, they themselves get scared. As they're hiding, they scare the other kids that come in and Grandpa Lou and everybody, and no one actually believes Lou or Angelica at the end.
No, old man.
And Angelica, the bitch that she is, doesn't get her fucking Reptar bar.
I want my Reptar bar! Yeah. It's a great comeuppance because the whole time she's saying the babies are too scared to go into the haunted house, so they'll never get a Reptar bar. But she didn't get hers, right, Chad?
Right. And I kind of want to throw a question to Freddy, if I may.
Is he still here? Oh!
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I was terrorizing somebody in one of their dreams.
You're not even giving full attention to the episode you're making me do?
Look, I have a quota.
He does have a quota.
Go on. Sorry, what were we going to ask Freddy?
Well, I was going to ask him, if you had to, kill Angelica, how would you do it?
Oof.
Oh, jeez.
This is the darkest serial accompaniment sort of thing ever.
Well, now she's a child. It's a child, right?
Yeah,
she's sort of your ballpark.
Well, I kind of just do teens now,
Oh.
But if I were to kill her, I would. Jeez. Oh, man. Old school, pull up in a van.
Freddy Krueger pull up in a van?
Yeah.
You can control all nightmare endscapes, but you're going to pull up in a van.
Yeah. Say, hey, I supposed to take you to dance practice.
Then why am I in a giant pit with eyeless children surrounded by snakes and serpents and a demon licking his lips, but you're just gonna pull up in a van for her?
Well, I just plain don't like you.
Oh, you must have listened to the show in the past.
Yeah, listen to every episode.
Huge fan.
Yeah, actually.
The other half of this, Freddy, maybe you've seen this one? Freddy, have you seen Monster in the Garage, where the adults blame Spike for mysterious accidents happening in the garage, but Tommy thinks Spike's innocent because Spike is actually tied up in the backyard the whole time.
Now we're talking.
Right? So, what's in the garage?
It's a four-legged creature that terrorizes modern housewives everywhere, all over the globe.
I was gonna make a joke. I don't know.
Oh.
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I was trying to think of something, but anyway.
It's a bunch of old Christmas decorations that have molded together and formed a creature.
A mouse.
A mouse constructed it.
He's the brain.
Evil mouse.
It's the cutest thing because it's still one of those episodes where the childhood whimsy is still there, and it really actually, I remember tension watching this as a kid. Because I was like, then what the fuck is in the garage? Because, like, at first you think, it could be Spike, because he's running around the house. And then they tie him up in the backyard, and you're like, well, what the fuck was it?
Well, I mean, obviously, as astute as I was when I was younger, I knew it was a mouse. But I was still frightened somewhat because the kid's imagination, as kids are known to do, is exaggerated, and thus creating a monster for them to do battle with.
Where can you watch this episode?
You can watch it.
I think just YouTube, right?
YouTube, or
it's sort of hard to find.
There's that Nick Toons site that's not legal, I guess.
Oh,
but we don't want to tell you so it doesn't get gone.
Yeah, there is a legal alternative, however. There's a channel now called The Splat.
Oh, yes,
which is doing old Nick Toons cartoons. And, they actually have a Halloween thing going on, but by the time you hear this, it might be wrapping up. But this is where we saw this episode, as well as like some old Ren and Stimpy episodes and stuff. But
great place for your Nick addiction.
Nick addiction. Which brings us to number 3.
Number 3.
South Park.
Woo!
So here's the thing about South Park Halloween episodes. South Park's been having a long run for forever now.
They're on their 19th season.
19th season. That's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And from the show that started out with fart jokes and anal probes, went to one of the smartest, most well-written, well-done shows of all time. And I figure maybe we could each pick one because they have a plethora of Halloween episodes that make it to this list.
That is true.
I believe my favorite was Korn's Groovy Pirate
Son
Ghost
of a bitch,
Mystery.
man. You motherfucker.
Was that yours?
That was mine.
I got another one.
It doesn't matter.
Here, do Pirate Ghost. What happens?
Well, pretty much the town is throwing a concert with Korn coming to town.
Who's Korn?
Korn is a metal band, and they are, a metal band.
I've seen them twice in concert.
He's seen them twice.
I really have.
That's really good.
But their portrayal,
Just saying.
in the episode is more of the Scooby-Doo gang.
It's very much an homage to
Yes. And pretty much as they're on their way to the town. The main kids, Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny, they come into contact with these bullies who telling them to stay away from the docks because of the pirate ghosts. But eventually, into the episode, there's actual real pirate ghosts that are scaring people away and killing. They're actually killing people. They're not your typical ghosts where they'll scare you, but these will chop off heads and stuff like that. And pretty much, when the Korn gang is there, they are wondering why no one's showing up to their performance, and they want to figure out who the pirate ghosts are. And it all turns out to be Father, I forget the priest's name.
Father Vacuum? No, that's something. That's another show.
No.
God, you guys really did your research.
Yep. No,
Hey, I'm Evil Chad.
but the best part is
I expect that from
Korn's
Chad.
demeanor is, gee, fellas, we gotta solve this mystery, sort of like very much of the old Scooby-Doo Meets series, where like Scooby-Doo would meet the Boo Brothers or blah blah
That's
blah.
true.
So Korn was very wholesome, and the banter between them was so good. But the whole thing was, we're forgetting that Stan, Kyle, Kenny, the boys, dug up Kyle's dead grandmother.
Yes, I overlooked that part, which is my favorite part, because these two gravesite guys come up to parents and children alike, and they announce to them that there's someone stealing dead bodies from the cemetery and possibly having sex with it.
And everyone thinks
graphically,
Demonstrate.
fist a jar of jelly and stuff. And
Freddie like
it's-
that. There's the town thinks that Korn's responsible for these disappearances.
Yes.
By playing their concert. That's why the priest was spreading that message.
Mm-hmm.
So he dressed up as the pirate ghost. My favorite part was the explanation
Yes.
of
Yes.
what the actual because in Scooby-Doo, if you guys remember, when they would explain how the people did the things, a lot of it didn't really add up or wasn't easy to accomplish, but they just sort of passed it off like it was a normal thing. So Korn, when they're explaining the holograms, they're like, and they took these 2 pennies and a flashlight, and they show it, and the ghosts go, "Arr."
I think that it was Q-tips though.
Yeah.
It was 3 Q-tips, and then for their pirate ship, it was 2 squirrels for that
Oh yeah.
flashlight as well to project them, and it made a perfect pirate ship. So I'm gonna try and get some squirrels and make my own pirate ship.
Oh, evil Chad.
I love squirrels.
I think I'm going to skip my turn because that was a good. That was a great episode.
I don't think it's
Freddie.
eaten easily.
You seem to
Guys,
be
God,
rubbing
no.
your hands maniacally over there. Is there a South Park Halloween episode that you're fond of?
Well, if I have to look back on it, Hell on Earth.
Oh.
That 2006 masterpiece.
Hell on Earth 2006, starring Satan himself, good friend of mine,
Oh wow.
John Wayne Gacy.
He's name dropping. Great.
Go way back, Jeffrey Dahmer, and what was the other one? He's gonna be mad at me for getting his name. Jesus Christ Almighty on a cross.
No, that's not his name.
I
No,
don't think.
he's a good friend of mine though too.
But what happens in
what
this
happens
episode?
in the episode?
That's funny. Get that serial killer's name down. Damn it. It's gonna...
We'll worry
All
about
right,
that later.
We'll come back to it, I guess. Well, the synopsis, is that right? Is that the right word?
That's the word.
Uh-huh. You got Satan's trying to throw a Sweet 16 birthday party. And he's got his minions helping him out, and he wants a big Ferrari.
Don't talk to Chad. Talk to the microphone.
Huh?
Don't yell in his face. You can talk. The microphone is how we do this.
Oh. There's a microphone.
Yeah.
He was in the shape of a mic the whole time.
You don't have to talk to us the whole time.
Am I not getting picked up?
Oh, you can go now. Sorry, go on.
Oh, Jesus. Now I lost my whole mojo.
So what happened in the episode?
Well, you got Satan himself. Wants to throw a birthday party because this is, Devil's Night. And yeah, he hires the 3 serial killers to help him get a cake. And it's John Wayne Gacy.
Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy, that's it.
Yep.
Give that man a Coke.
I know my serial killer.
Chad, give him a Coke.
Freddy.
Here's a Coke.
And Jeffrey Dahmer.
Shaken. Asshole Chad.
And they're portrayed as the the Three Stooges.
It's a beautiful episode.
It's beautiful. And there's also the whole plot where you can summon Biggie Smalls by saying his name 3 times into a microphone. And it's beautiful writing. And
what was your reaction when you first saw it back in 2006?
I cried.
Beautiful?
Beautiful. I laughed. I cried.
You can watch it on Hulu right now.
Yes. All the episodes are on Hulu.
There's a few, as we said, South Park has a lot of them. Pink Eye, when the first one where Kenny becomes a zombie and they think that the zombie traits are actually just pink eye spreading around the town. And every time they see a zombie, everyone's like, oh, better watch out, they got pink eye. And then they get mauled to death. And it involves a giant chainsaw massacre scene.
Mm-hmm.
But any others before we...
I think there was the Spooky Fish.
Spooky Fish.
Spooky Fish. Anybody want to do a quick synopsis or no?
It was pretty much the episode's introduced as a type of show where it's a spooky vision. The whole episode's in spooky vision.
What's spooky vision?
Well, I wouldn't be able to specify on that at the moment, Dan. But
Spooky Vision was a thing on the side, all sides of the screen. It was just like trippy.
Was it like bats and like
animation,
jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah, just shown in Spooky Vision.
But instead of bats and jack-o'-lanterns, it was Bette Midler that was on the side.
Was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't Barbra Streisand one?
Well, sorry, Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand.
But I mix them up because they both have the same nose.
Evil Chad.
Jeez.
Not too... Freddy Krueger.
Good Lord, buddy.
I'm sorry.
And I thought you were sick.
Thought he was a little PC, but for God's sakes.
What? I didn't. I just compared their noses. That's all.
To be fair, he might not even be evil Chad. He might just be regular Chad. Our regular Chad can astral project. He's done it before with Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
Anyway, look that up, Toonsters. There's your reference.
The past episode.
Past episode.
Coming up at number 2, American Dad, Best Little Horror House in Langley Falls. Came out November 7th, 2010.
Yay!
Now, the thing that makes this so good, Stan's plan to outdo the neighbor's fancy haunted house backfires when Roger releases the serial killers he was borrowing from the CIA. Meanwhile, Steve is facing Toshi's wrath because Steve has a crush on his sister Akiko.
And this is American Dad's first Halloween episode as well. And in it, when they first run into their neighbor's decorations, what's one of my favorite scenes in the episode is where the mailbox pops out. It's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you stupid whore.
He's not even just being
that's
evil
exactly
Chad.
what. That's exactly what it says.
His neighbor Buckles, voiced by Will Ferrell, used to be a Disney Imagineer. But he got fired because his visions weren't
PC for the kids.
So this whole haunted house done in his own house, some of the examples, like you never see what really goes on in his haunted house, but Francine claims that she was sucked into a vortex and became a kid again.
Yeah.
The things that, like, they always come back with something, they up the ante as far as how deranged something happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so Stan was always the number one haunted house, at least into Francine's eyes. So he had to outdo it. So Roger comes up with the plan to actually use CIA serial killers.
Yeah, past locked up serial killers that he has access to, and he brings all 3 of them home. And these are fictional serial killers for the show. It's not like based on real ones, but pretty much they're trying to agitate them a bit to make them scary and like horny, and by stripping off his wife's clothes and stuff in front of them.
Because a shark's not really scary in the aquarium.
You
However, if you were in the ocean,
you gotta let a
with
little
it,
blood to get it going, to have some fun. But still, that wasn't doing it. So pretty much they let loose the serial killers in the house, and then they all have to start running from them because they go on a murdering spree. And
so what makes this is number 2. So
Yes.
as far as Halloween episodes go, how did this make it above most of the classics? Because I noticed we're saying a lot of some shows were a little classic, but like this is a newer show, yet it's
Yes.
made it to one of the top episodes. Why does it hold up, and why is it so strong?
well, I believe it's so strong is because it meets the factor of, you know, when you walk around during Halloween and you see decorations on everybody's lawns, it's like, you never know if they're actually trying to beat each other, but some of these people go all out, and it's just, in this episode, they exaggerate to the point where people are getting killed, or someone's getting sucked into a vortex and being a child again. And, I mean...
And just a goblin jumping out of mailboxes
Yeah.
scream. They even had the garage shut on an inflatable buckles,
Oh, yes.
and his car was done up, and his wife is just pissed, which is hilarious. His wife is so done with his shit, you can tell, because she leaves and the car is already done up like a casket, and a guy pops out and she's like, "Fuck's sake!" and like,
Ha ha!
Freddy.
Sorry I'm late.
He keeps popping in and out.
But and the fact that all the while, it's a story of a wife and husband learning to be more supportive of each other, because
Yep.
Francine didn't support Stan's haunted house to begin with, thus went on to the releasing of serial killers.
Up
But-
in the ante.
Yeah, but then at the end though, when they were locked themselves in a room and the serial killers were trying to get in.
Roger let them free, by the way.
Yes, Roger, of course. Toshi shows up after this other story is resolved, which isn't
The
too
quick
important.
version is Steve went trick-or-treating with his sister and developed a crush, and Toshi found out and got pissed, chased him down.
Yeah, and they ended up at Langley Falls, like a waterfall area, and the sister confronted Toshi, telling her, you treat me like I'm too young, blah, blah, blah. And he says, okay, I'll let you be. And, you know...
All leading up to the climax where
Yes.
the family is cornered by the serial killers, and you think it's over until Toshi arrives on the scene with his sword.
Yes, and he just goes to town on all of them, killing all 3. You have to see it. It's a fantastic show.
You can watch American Dad on Netflix, Hulu.
On TV, I think it's still on TV now. It's
Yep.
still going
I feel like it had a
strong.
little bit of everything. It had
Yeah.
a lot of comedy, a lot of aspects of Halloween that you were a little on edge. It was a little scary at parts because of how they made the serial killers.
That's
like
true.
the dialogue they gave the serial
Yeah.
killers was very uneasy.
Very violent, very, like, just as violent as the goblin popping out of the mailbox. Is very,
Boo!
Yeah.
like that.
There he is.
Well, I gave you a little pity.
Little
there.
Freddy,
You do
little
sort
Freddy.
of control whether I wake up or not. So,
Yes.
so before we get into number 1 of our top 5, I want to give some honorable mentions. Because here's the thing, going through Halloween episodes is very difficult, because what makes a good Halloween episode? And I think it has to have a pinch of everything. And if some things are too heavy in Halloween but not enough in story, they won't make it. And sometimes they're just sort of spooky and they have the creepy element, but they're not about Halloween per se. And it's just a horror sort of thriller episode.
Or even some of them pull a Die Hard and it just takes place on Halloween. But
like what?
What do you mean, like what? I'm gonna say it's exactly like the Home Movies Halloween episode. It's pretty much taking place during Halloween, although it's more about a baby being born.
Coffins and Cradles is the title.
Coffins and cradles. And because there's coffins, obviously, and then the cradle is the baby being born. The
I'll
brother.
take it from here,
Okay.
Chad.
Isn't that the last episode of Home Movies?
No, that's...
Wasn't that like...
It was one. Was it the
I think
last?
wasn't it the last episode? If I'm not
I think
mistaken.
it might have been.
I could be wrong.
Maybe. We won't source that yet. Freddie might be a liar.
Hold on, let me go on my phone. You guys talk.
Jeez, that's a new phone.
Oh wow!
Hey,
That's-
thanks.
So
Is that an iPhone 10?
I got approved.
Coffins and Cradles, Brendan's stepmother was about to have a baby, and while Brendan's kind of trying to come up with the perfect Halloween episode, and Jason, his best friend, is dealing with his candy addiction.
Yeah.
The reason it didn't make it to the list is because it focuses more on the baby and the side stories. It's like Chad said, it's Die Hard in a sense that it happens on Halloween, but it's not the main focus. Thus, didn't make it to the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Invader Zim, Halloween Spooktacular of Spooky Doom. It was so funny, so good, so creepy, but the only thing was, it became less about the Halloween and more about dimensional vortexes, and Halloween became a back burner thought.
Yeah.
So it didn't quite make the list as far as... We couldn't say it was a good Halloween episode because it lost its focus.
Yeah, it mainly just went from introducing Halloween to Zim himself and him being frightened of zombie kids coming after candy.
That was creepy stuff, I gotta tell you.
It was creepy. Yonan Vasquez, creator of Invader Zim, has a unique art style. Also, his dialogue is brilliant because it's so random. You'll know Gurr. A lot of people like he's known for just his random outbursts and stuff. But yeah, that's why it's made honorable mention. But Invader Zim didn't make the Halloween cut. Next up, Venture Brothers, Very Venture Halloween. Do you want to explain what this is?
It's pretty much, well, if you've seen Venture Brothers, it's on Adult Swim. It's spoofing pretty much all of the Quest, like, what's it called? Johnny Quest shows, type it in that manner or whatever. But pretty much in this Hollywood,
He can't talk.
You're
let
mean.
me unzip my mouth and say that the Venture Brothers Halloween was sort of... It takes place on Halloween, obviously. And so what it shows... It starts off with showing a flashback of Dr. Venture's kids trying to scare him with a haunted room. Not a haunted house, a haunted room in a house. And they fail miserably, like twice. They go to another flashback. And but then they go to the most recent one, and they... Brock and Dr. Venture walk in and see Dean and Hank, yes. Dean and Hank's bodies mangled, crushed by a shelf in their room, and Dr. Venture's just not he's not like scared of it at all. He's just pretty much prepared the new slugs and tells Brock to clean up the mess. And after they leave, it's pretty much Howie. I love Hank and Dean. I don't know why I'm saying Howie. What the fuck? But they're still alive and they're curious what. So it leads them on a story of a secret that they're going to learn later in the episode. And then obviously during that time, Dr. Orpheus, he hosts a Halloween party.
He's a Sorcerer Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme, pretty much your Doctor Strange type, but a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more goofy, you know. What?
This honorable mention's longer than...
Sorry, I was like, you know. I mean,
You guys.
I'm Evil Chad. I'm going to fuck up the honorable mention.
You screwed up the whole format. You're welcome.
But the reason it didn't make it was because it did... it almost made the list because it had an amazing quote about Halloween and how it it's the one time of the year to be yourself and people can let their guard down. That almost made the list. However, it did lose focus so often through the Sorcery Supreme party and the Venture Brothers finding out that secret that we won't give away in case you haven't tuned into Venture Brothers yet on Netflix and Hulu. So maybe next time, but we will do a Venture Brothers show because that show is amazing.
Yes.
And last on our honorable mentions, since we haven't done number 1 yet. Skeleton Dance, which is a classic Disney short where the skeletons are finally awake in the graveyard, and so a bunch of xylophones and blah blah blah, like only classic Disney can do.
Owls, black cats meowing at each other.
They live it up one last time.
Now that's Halloween, baby.
That's Halloween, right? Because when you watch that, it feels like Halloween, but I just felt like there was some other things here that deserved, to make that top 5.
I would watch that all the time when I was a kid. I mean,
Freddie, you have a soft side.
Yeah, I was a kid, and then I just got older, and I just started killing children.
You have a very black and white sort of.
Okay. We all have a past.
Well, it's funny because Skeleton Dance was in black and white.
that was too Chad to be evil Chad. A few things before we go into number 1. Some fan requests that we saw. Jessica suggested Scooby-Doo, the old cartoon. Jake suggested Soul Eater. Delano says...
I think it's Delano.
Sorry, Delano. He suggests Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, which is an amazing one. However, the Boo Brothers are always sort of that. It wasn't really Halloween-based. But the Boo Brothers is just ghosts, We don't judge here.
Yeah.
Christopher suggests The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Courage the Cowardly Dog,
yes,
and Soul Eater and Scooby-Doo.
There you go.
Those shows are amazing. We'll cover those.
What's his name?
That's Christopher.
I like you, Chris.
Freddy Krueger likes you.
See you in your dreams, bitch.
Chris.
Sorry, Chris. Which takes us to number 1, so I can finally wake up. Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh, yeah.
Now this has to be the number 1 spot because it is a legacy to have to sit down on Halloween and watch the new Treehouse of Horrors, where you saw the spooky intro and things would be out of canon for the first time, because this was when the Simpsons creators could do anything. This was before they sort of veered off into like fantasy and imagination and B storylines. Evil Chad.
Tease him.
Is there something you would like to say?
No, I was just trying to poke you in the face.
That's good radio. So
he doesn't know, but I've been rubbing my penis on his back the whole show.
I know.
Oh,
trust me.
He didn't say anything.
I'm being polite.
Oh.
So Treehouse of Horrors. The one I want to do is Treehouse of Horrors 4 that came out October 28th, 1993.
Boo.
Freddie, do you have one?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My favorite is Homer Simpson and the Devil. Now, this is a classic where Homer sells his soul for a donut to the devil, who is none other than Sexy Flanders himself. Do you guys remember this one?
Yeah, I
I've
remember
seen
that
it many
one.
times.
Many times is great.
So the whole thing is his gluttony forces, the devil doesn't realize how easy it is for Homer to just sell his soul for a donut, but he actually makes Homer's head a donut as well as a punishment.
Classic.
And Homer won't stop picking at it because he's Homer Simpson.
Of course.
But this episode is such a classic because it takes the characters, bends them into these fantastical ways that envelop Halloween to the finest of their elements, and then makes it a little uneasy for you because these characters you're so used to not seeing in these sort of life or death situations. And in the end, they take Homer to hell, and he has to fight for his soul back. It's a classic. It's on FX. Does anybody have a Treehouse of Horrors that they thought was the best?
Yeah, I'd have to say it was Treehouse Horror number 9, or it might have been 11. I'm not exact on the X on there.
So you're just not good at Roman numerals?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But it was the episode Hell to Pay.
Okay, what's that one?
And it's pretty much where Snake was arrested for stealing again, and it was his third offense, so Chief Wiggum said, "You're going to the chair," and he was executed.
Happens.
But before that happened, Chief Wiggum was smart enough to point out the 3 people who witnessed and testified against him, that it was Bart, Moe, and Apu. And Snake threatened, it's like, "I'm going to get you guys." He threatened them. before he died. He says he's going to come back and get him. And pretty much on there, his body was donated. His organs were donated to everyone. And Homer gets his hair, his toupee, toupee. Get it? And
there it is. There it is. Okay.
And pretty much when Homer puts it on at night, it sinks into his brain and controls Homer. And he goes and kills Apu first and drowns him in his own quickie machine. Quickie shake machine, Slurpee machine, and
Sweet Lord.
And then Homer goes to Moe's, and he I forget what he does to him exactly, but he kills him.
It's incredible how much you are like the real Chad.
I apologize.
You could have gave me.
Could have gave you anyone.
This is what you did. Anyway, what happens?
There was a toss-up between Chad and
the devil himself.
Yes.
And Saddam.
I just couldn't pick, so I went at Chad.
But after he kills Moe, and
it's funny because I fell asleep listening to Chad.
And now you might.
What happens when you fall asleep in a dream?
Both of you, shut your fucking mouths.
Hey, I'm Freddy fucking Krueger. I'll kill you.
Hey, I'm Evil Chad. I don't give a shit.
All right, there goes your head. Here, Dan, take his head.
Okay.
Hold on to that.
Okay.
Now talk.
All right. So pretty much where I was, Bart was wondering, oh no, I'm going to be next because Apu and Moe were killed. And then Homer decides to protect him by locking himself in the room with Bart. And it turns out Homer's been killing these people. And so he tries to kill Bart with a sledgehammer. But Bart convinces Homer to rip the wig off. And then just in time, Chief Wiggum comes in. And Homer blames the wig for all the murders. And he shoots the wig. And then Wiggum gives the line, "Now that's a bad hair day." And that pun alone just won me over for that episode. What are you doing, Freddy? You're sleeping? Alright, you can fuck yourself.
What happens? Can I go into Freddy's dream? Freddy,
Maybe. Let's go on a Freddy's.
Do you have a Treehouse of Horrors episode?
Well, I like to get serious now.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I got a favorite episode. I'm just...
Oh. Freddy Krueger. He's acting like Freddy, like Nightmare on Elm Street 5 through 7.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's just a jokester with his rap album and shit.
Remember when I killed Johnny Depp?
Oh, how could we forget?
Yeah.
Gave that prick his start. And
You were such a name dropper.
I know. I killed him. Where was I? The Raven.
Oh!
Treehouse of Horror 1.
That was an amazing episode.
Yes, the final segment of that episode, and it was narrated by Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones.
Oh my god, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a perfect retelling, not a retelling, a perfect telling of the classic Edgar Allan Poe poem. Was it a poem?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a poem.
That was a long one. I didn't know they were that long.
It's a short story.
Oh!
Or soliloquy.
No, that's not the word.
Yeah.
I would like to use
Soliloquy is when it's like...
Let him use it.
Okay,
It's a
soliloquy.
dream.
It's what...
It's a dream where I'm right and you're wrong, Dan.
And
This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
This is an absolute nightmare. This
Yeah.
whole episode has been a nightmare.
How about a little acid in the face?
Fuck!
Ah.
I just wanted to do Charlie Brown, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh! Ooh.
Those are stupid.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Where was I? Yes.
The Raven. So Bart's the Raven.
Bart's the Raven.
Homer is the narrator.
Yeah, no.
Well, you know,
yeah.
the main source. Anyway, there's a Treehouse of Horrors has a legacy that you'll have to like. The Shining remake that they did, where Homer is chasing them through the house. The Pull String Krusty, which is a Child's Play sort of thing.
There was one for me. Remember that one?
When Willie.
Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace.
Yes.
I just thought it was a poor depiction of me because I'm not Scottish. Just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a poor depiction of the child.
Well, yeah, because Willie didn't kill kids.
Well, he did. He did in the episode.
Well, yeah, but before that, he didn't kill kids. I mean,
Allegedly.
All in all, it was all right.
And there was also the famous Kane and Kodos episode where Bill Clinton and Bob Dole and they took him over. So Treehouse of Horrors holds the legacy. No matter how many years, we're still looking for those top episodes that come in. And Yeah, I'm just saying, Freddy, I did your list, and
Yeah.
I mean, I think I did pretty okay.
Well, you did well.
I mean, I had to put up with Evil Chad.
You put up with Evil Chad. That was the number one test.
That was the test?
Yes.
This was all a test.
Yes, because I want you to be able to get along with him. And be his friend. Because when you awake, he'll be all you have.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
So, no, you can kill me. You can kill me.
No.
No, Freddy, kill me.
No, so.
Freddy, no!
Right.
No!
I'm gonna kill you.
Dan.
No.
Dan.
No.
Dan.
No.
Wake up. Wake up. You were dreaming. You missed my whole story.
Oh my god. Chad, I just had the worst nightmare. Freddy Krueger told me I had to do a top 5 Halloween episode. And you were there, but no, you were actually pretty normal. It was awful.
Dan, that wasn't a dream.
What?
That actually happened.
Yes! So long!
No!
Thanks for listening to the Raised by Toons podcast. Be sure to visit their website at www.raisedbytoonspodcast.com. If you haven't already, subscribe to their podcast on iTunes, and don't forget to follow them on Twitter and Facebook. Tune in next week to listen to two grown men who peeked over.
Shut up! Alright, so I've done WTF check, Raised by Toons check, what's next on the list? Oh! Man Cave. So looks like I'll be seeing them in their dreams, I should say. See you soon, boys.
Get out of here.